Last night we had 3 cords of wood delivered, and it's all cut up beautifully and it's nice and dry. And that should get us through the winter. We generally burn 3 to 4 cords a year, and we do use the unit over there. We don't really use our baseboards or anything between the wood burning stove and the, I don't know what you call it, a mini split, a heat pump. And the neat thing is, I'm going to stop so I don't make you dizzy. We have a window to the basement at the side of the house, right beside where we have the wood delivered. And inside this window is a wood room. It's literally a room dedicated just for the wood. When we moved in, it was already here. So when we have the wood delivered, you just pass it through the window and we stack it inside that room, and it stays cool and dry all winter. Look, that's beautiful wood. Some of it's a bit big, but Frank will just split it down. Wow, what's that from?
Well, that's probably from some insect that was under the bark of the tree, because the bark is obviously off that piece, and he was like burrowing his way around under the bark.
That's really cool.
Leaving a trail on the wood. I don't know what kind of insect does that, but
it's so cool.
You can see his pattern, his path.
Wow.
I'm assuming that's what it is. I'm pretty sure it's not like man-made.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the garden. I haven't been out here in, gosh, I was out here yesterday briefly, but I haven't been out here in well over a week because we've had so much rain, and I haven't done any garden prep for the winter. I haven't done anything, as you can see, and it's absolutely gorgeous today. I've already done a few wardrobe changes because it's really warm out, but then if the sun goes away, my sweater comes back on. So if you see me in different clothes, it's all the same day. It's just the temperature's fluctuating. Anyway, this bed here, I'm planting my garlic in, but it still has Swiss chard, kale, and celery. So that's my priority today, is to get this bed clear and prepped. That bed over there is where I want to fix my strawberry plants. And if I can accomplish those 2 things today, that would be awesome. And probably a bit more seed saving. I'm going to see how far I get. I'm out of shape. I haven't been out here in so long that I got to get back into the groove. And I love this weather. It's just perfect. I still get warm in it. Frank, I think, has a sweater on and he's stacking wood. But I have to get things done because I know this beautiful weather isn't going to last and there's still lots to do. And as much as I'd rather just say, oh, I'll leave it till the spring, and in the spring I'm going to wish I had done it in the fall. So I've never saved celery seed, but a lot of my celery seeds have gone to seed, but I don't think they're quite ready. I'm going to hold on to this guy just to see. This is Swiss chard. Anything I pull, I'm going to use as like mulch or let it self-decompose in another garden. Some I'll give to the chickens and I'll see as I go along, but nothing will go to waste. It's not a good celery year, but there's always next year, and other things did really well. Oh my gosh. Whoa. all this beautiful celery, and it's all hollow. Like, look, it's just bendy. Bendy, bendy, bendy. I'm just going to make a pile here, and then I'll sort everything out at the end. Oh, sorry for the sound effects. Lots of worms. I still can't get it out. There we go. Okay, the celery's done. So the Swiss chard, I don't know. We're Swiss chard out. I mean, I thought I planted too little this year. It looks more like rhubarb at this point. I guess I'll cut a bit to bring into the house. The chickens have been eating on it, like you can clearly see. And there's a reason to my madness of letting the chickens have free range to the garden the last few weeks, and I'll show you why in a few minutes. But so I'm going to cut this because I'm going to use mainly the leaves and that as mulch and let them decompose naturally in some of the gardens as like a ground cover. But all this has to come out. And y'all knew my hair wasn't going to stay down forever, did you? Oh my gosh. It's so warm now, or I am anyway. I'm always running on hot. All right, I'll fix my hair better. All right, let's get to work on that. I think I buried my hand things though, my cutters. Okay, I have no idea what my hair looks like, so when you see me, don't be shocked. I don't even know. Oh, I guess it's really dry. Oh, wow, look at that. So beautiful, eh? I mean, can a vegetable be any prettier than that? So I'm going to cut off, I guess, around here. Keep the weeds to use as a mulch. That came out surprisingly well. Whoa. It's absolutely beautiful. You know what I realized? I say absolutely a lot. I have to expand my adjectives and adverbs. Oh, he's not budging. There we go. Oh my goodness. Look at the size of this. Oh my God. I can't even lift it. Holy cow. I'm telling you, that weighs a good 20 pounds. These ones I have to clip. Now I have helpers to turn the soil, which is part of the reason why I've let them free range in here, because they go into all the empty beds and they fertilize, but they're also kicking up the soil. And I'm going to swing you around here and show you if I can do it without making you dizzy. Hold on. Okay, this was, sorry, I think you're on an angle. Hold on. This was one of the Ruth Stout potato beds. And the past, I guess, month, maybe, 3 weeks, when the gate's been broken, the chickens have been coming in here, and they had this whole area and other areas all dug up. But look what they've done, because there was hay, there was dirt, a bit of compost, and they have turned this into the most lovely, I don't know what to call it, compost, I guess. It's full of worms. They've tossed it all beautifully. They've done all the work for me. So I'm going to use this whole area, and I'll show you later how big it is. I'm going to take all that to top up some of my beds. And they've done it in other areas too. So they did a lot of the work for me. This is just absolutely, there I go again, absolutely beautiful soil. And it's just to top up the beds for the winter. So I'm going to use all this in some of the beds, and I'm even going to let them work it into the soil again for me. And then once I have all the beds how I want them, we'll put the gate back up so they can't destroy all the nice work that they've done for me. They just have to scratch a little deeper. This is just bone meal. Or blood meal. I think it's a mixture of both. And then when I plant the garlic, I'll add a bit more of a all-purpose organic fertilizer. and they can scratch it all in for me. Now I'm going to put some of that potato dirt. So where that shovel is and where the rooster is, all along that fence line was where some of the roosted out potatoes were. So that's where I was taking all of that soil from. And there's the new garlic bed that they're scratching up for me. And as I look around the garden, there's so much to do. I'm trying to keep in my mind just one thing at a time, one thing at a time. So now I'm going to tackle the strawberry bed. I just have to sit sometimes. And I know if I take a break, if I go in the house and sit for a bit, chances are I won't be getting up again. So I've talked about this tomato plant before. It's a volunteer grape tomato. What are they called? Cherry tomatoes. And I've never grown this variety on this homestead. So where it volunteered from, I have no idea. But it took over this whole garden bed, and I have all strawberries growing underneath. And I want to make sure like all the little babies took root. And I'll let this whole bed be strawberries. I have some zinnias here. So I'm going to try and just cut my way through it so I'm not disturbing the strawberries too much. There's still tons of cherry tomatoes on it, but I also have tons back there that I picked. And I picked some others. I'm picking a lot of the green tomatoes because we haven't had a frost yet, but I don't want to take a chance. Not that I need more tomatoes, but no point letting them go to waste. I think I'll try that trick of putting them in a box with newspaper and see if they'll ripen in the house. I could just have a chicken channel because I can film them all day. They're a constant source of entertainment for me. I just love them so much. They're very good company. And that's just a small part of it. I guess some of these are the ever-bearing strawberries because there's little white flowers all over the place. Those are the cherry tomatoes. And there's little white flowers. And even there is a strawberry. That's cool. I guess the weather's been warm enough. I think I bought a few at the nursery. And then last year there was like a lady closer to our little town that had like a plant sale. And I picked some up from her, but she didn't know what the varieties were. And one of them may even be like a white strawberry, which I never heard of before. And she didn't know which were which. So I just bought like a few from her at random. So they didn't really give this year because it was their first year. So I have no idea what next year will bring. It'll be fun. We'll have to wait and see what we get. I'm trying to get all these little cherry tomatoes out here. So I think I'm going to go inside, have a coffee, and do a little Googling to see how I'm supposed to separate them and that, because there's a lot of plants in here and I don't know if I should be keeping them all or what. So I pretty well cleaned it up. I mean, maybe I could do a bit better, but I want to read up a bit what I'm supposed to do, and it's a good excuse to go inside and sit for a bit. So I'll be back. I have to. I want to finish this today. So see you in a bit. I don't have anything for you. I'm sorry. I'll go get you a treat. Oh my goodness. Frank's gonna go give them a treat. Have you ever seen anything so cute? Look at the ducks.
See, this one always chases them away. Right, that's it, guys. Snack time's over.
You know, I just planted two and I thought the camera was on. So I'm just gonna go along like this, and I know you don't cover you go up to the plant, like up to there, just to the top of the crown, I think it's called. I probably should cut that part off too. And I know they like to be well watered. And even if they all don't make it, that's fine. These are all free plants. And every year they'll just make more. So if some of them work, they work. And if they don't, they don't. And I know it's very late in the year to be doing this as well. This should have been done sooner. So you probably have my head and all that. These ones here I'm going to plant actually vined off of the bed. So I don't know how much, like, it's not a ton of root there, but I know there's that little thing. So I'll just stick them in. I really have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going with my instinct. And I'm getting tired, so I'm just kind of doing what I have to get things in the ground. I'm running out of energy big time. See, there's a bunch that have grown right over the edge. And I don't know, I guess I'll have to read more tonight. The plants that are already here, am I supposed to cut them back like you do with like perennial flowers and that? Do I cut them back or do I just leave them be? I sound like such a newbie gardener, but I've really never grown strawberries. I never had the space for it, so I never grew them because they took up a big garden space. But now that I have the actual space for it, and the little bit we grew this year, we enjoyed them so much. So I'm going to cut a few more and then make another row. So if any of you are gardener strawberry connoisseurs, oh, chickens must have dug that one up for me. Here's one growing right out of the wood. I know that every few years you have to replenish them to keep a nice healthy garden as your plants get old apparently. Alright, well I have a handful here, so I'm going to make another row. He started where the broom is, and he did all this today. I told him enough is enough. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Would you like to have a go?
No thanks.
me, I'm taking my time. And we have one back, and it's not getting any younger. So,
this is the wood room inside. There's Frank outside. And this, I don't know if that was last year's still or he's piled some up, but he throws it in here and then he stacks it. And then we keep all our Amazon boxes and stuff like that for burning throughout the winter. It's a pretty big room. I'll ask him for the dimensions, but it's quite a large room. And our wood burning stove is down here too in the basement, so it makes it easy in the winter. So I think that's pretty cool. Window, wood, and it stays nice and dry. So I didn't quite get the strawberry bed completely done, I don't think. I'm probably about 3/4 there. I didn't deal with like the main plants that I had done this summer. I have to kind of go through them and thin out their little baby runners. But any and all strawberry advice is welcome because I've never really grown them before. We just did a few plants this year, and now that I really have the space to get serious about them, I'm quite enjoying them. So I got most of the little babies transplanted. I got the garlic bed prepped, and there's still so much more to do, but I can't look and think about that. I'm glad I got what I've done today, and if I look at the rest, it's just way too much. So that's it for today. The sun's starting to go down, and so am I. So thanks so much for hanging out in the garden with me today. It really makes it so much better to have you here along with me. And until we're together again, take care.